My name is Wayne Tyndall. I lost the love of my life and to cancer 14 months ago now, and 2 years before that my firstborn son Jonathan died. And I've been going through an extraordinary process of grief and grieving. As Anne and I were a filmmaking team, I feel compelled to make a revealing and powerful documentary to help others around the world come through this process of grief and grieving a little less battle-scarred. I set out on this journey of discovery on a friend's yacht, sailing around Malaysia and Thailand. The high seas quickly became a suitable metaphor for the emotions and confusion that were ignited in me. I then travelled through Indonesia, and I quickly became aware that not all of the world sees death and dying and grieving quite the same as I've experienced it. Recently, I've been in England talking to Mary Frances O'Connor, an expert on the brain and what happens to it when we lose a loved one.
The rate of fatal heart attack for a man is almost twice as high in the 3 months after his wife dies as compared to a married man during that same time. In fact, on the day a loved one dies, we are 21 times more likely, research shows, to have a heart attack than any other day of our life, 21 times more likely.
I then interviewed Katarzyna Nowacek in Cambridge, a leading researcher on the growing trend of digital resurrection.
At the current state of technology, we can have a conversation, a normal conversation with a deceased loved one resurrected in this way. And it works like this, that if you want to create such an avatar, you need to grant access to your personal data to a commercial company. And this company collects all of your digital footprints, and based on this simulation is built. Obviously, it's not your deceased loved one. It's just a representation. It's just the image. It's just the simulation. But AI is very good in impersonating and in creating the illusion that this person is still alive, that you can have a conversation with this person.
Then, on to Ireland to find connection with my father, who I never met, where he grew up, where my grandma and granddad are buried. Born Garth Wayne McCarthy, the Gaelic blood flows freely through my veins here. I was brought up by a stepfather who was cruel, who used to tell us that we were just like our stupid Irish father and we will never amount to anything. Well, I'm here to say that I did amount to something, and I'm very proud of what I've amounted to. And although I've just lost my beautiful wife 14 months ago and my son 2.5 years ago, I feel connected. I feel strongly connected, and I feel that I'm ready to move on. Along the way, I'm interviewing people from all walks of life, keen to talk about their own experiences of grief.
Because I loved him, and I wanted my whole life to have a relationship with him that I couldn't have because my mother was abusive and she kept me from him. So it was only when he got dementia and she didn't want him anymore that I got to take him. But I had the most wonderful years with him.
Ireland, for some reason, opened the floodgates of emotion, letting go, coming to terms with what has happened to me.
Driving down the highway towards Galway. But this is what happens with grief. It just hits you out of the blue. It doesn't send an invitation. It doesn't give you an alert. And it's a time that I somehow instinctively knew had to happen. So I have to let Anne go.
A respite on Crete has given me time to catch my breath, time to reflect, to let go and find out that there is still a life to be lived, to start putting together the pieces that grief has left me. These pieces of a puzzle seem familiar, but also have a strange new shape. Is this the shape of hope? Is this the shape of a new life emerging? Only time will tell.